everyone, it's me again. Well, I just left my friend's house. We're going to continue tomorrow with her round setup. But today I did her injection, and she's already started her loading. And I left her with a bunch of paperwork. I printed out pounds and inches for her, in addition to emailing her, a link and everything. She really is relying on me to coach her through this. She just does not have a lifestyle to, watch YouTube and read a lot about it, and that's fine. This is really something that I can do to, pay it forward, because I'm just so thankful for having had success in my experience with HCG, and really just with some help that I've had throughout my life. I had an experience when I first was diagnosed with the problematic cancer that started on my nose. It was not my first battle with cancer, but my first one was on my leg, which really wasn't that much of a traumatic experience. It was a very deep removal surgery, but it's my shin, so it was not that traumatic for me. But on my nose was a different story. And to backtrack a little, when this happened, I wasn't in the headspace to check out the doctors that were preparing for, my surgery and treatment. And I had already been put in this situation because of being misdiagnosed from a very well-known dermatologist. And, I think I mentioned this before. He had told me over the course of several years, when I was going to him, and I didn't have insurance at the time, so I was paying out of pocket, mind you, and he would tell me when I complained about the couple of areas on my nose, and even the one on my shin, that I was being vain, and not to worry about it. Like, he didn't want to do a biopsy or anything. He just said I was being vain, and if I wanted to spend my money and get, some laser to help out the area or whatever, I could do that, but, I'm just being vain, and so he would send me home. Anyways, long story short, it turned out that it was all cancer, and it was infiltrative, and, I was in a dangerous situation. So, when it came to my nose, and I was going to go for surgery, I had somebody that I had known, an acquaintance that I had known for a few years, but mind you, like an acquaintance, okay? Had just contacted me out of the blue saying, I was worried about you. For some reason, I was thinking about you. How are you doing? And this was literally the night before I was supposed to go in for a consultation for surgery on my nose. And I was in extreme depression as it is, because at the same time my thyroid had shut down on me, which had created a depression like you would not believe. It was really bad. And this guy was asking how I was doing, and I was honest. I told him like it was, and he happened to had just lost his sister to cancer, and because of her long battle with cancer, he had put a lot of funding into a cancer research program, and he also helps a lot of people out that are having medical crises, not just with cancer. And he said to me, cancel your appointment and I will have a car pick you up tomorrow, and I will have all your appointments set up with specialists. And I really didn't believe him at the time, but there was somebody to pick me up the next day, and they took me to all of those specialists that I couldn't get appointments with, even better than the doctors that I couldn't get appointments with. And I had a friend, so-called friend, that was going to fly out and be with me for the actual surgery part, and she just got really weird when she came out. I think it had to do with the fact that I had just lost all that weight, and it was just a weird thing. I guess I don't know, just I don't want to say jealousy, but yeah, that was part of it. And she bailed out on me the night before surgery. So this guy came to the rescue again, and he sent somebody to take me for my surgery because it was very far away. It was like a 2-hour drive from my home. So I was actually going to stay in a hotel the night before my surgery, and then she was going to drive me back and stay with me for a few days or whatever it took. But she bailed out, and this was literally like the day that we were getting ready to leave for my surgery. And so this guy, let's just call him an angel, sent somebody to pick me up, and had his girlfriend set up a guest room for me in their home, and or I shouldn't say home. It was like a compound, and when I got there that night, I mean, I was just really just broken down from the drama that I just experienced with my so-called friend. And it was huge for me to accept help from anybody. This is like the first time in my whole life that I ever allowed myself to be so vulnerable to accept any kind of help from anybody, I'm always the one that makes somebody chicken soup, or I'm the one that will rush over and sleep in the hospital day and night for somebody, for a friend, to make sure that they get the proper care. And I've just never had anybody do that for me, let alone pretty much a stranger. So I was taken when I got there to the home. There was a room set up for me. They had went out and got me several pajamas and things, like new pajamas, and bathroom sundry things. And his staff asked me what foods I needed. They went and filled my prescriptions, and it just makes me tear up. I can't believe that somebody did this to me. Really, I really can't believe that somebody did this for me. Anyways, sorry. surgery, and I was going to go home that day after surgery, but after the surgery ended up being major. Nobody realized that it was going to be removing 50% of my nose. They didn't know how deep it was going to be. So, sorry for calling. After my surgery, which it was like a combination, both surgeries took about 13 hours. And they drove me back to my home to pick up my dog and my 2 cats and, whatever I needed, and took me back to their home, which was basically a compound. It was a huge estate. And I stayed there for 2 weeks, 2 or 2+ weeks. With my dog, with my cat, my dog and my cat. I didn't have 2 cats then. I had a dog and a cat. This was a production. I mean, my cat, who I just lost a few months ago, I had her for 18 years, and for the last, 3-4 years of her life, I had to do daily I don't know why I'm not thinking of it, but I had to do an IV bag and hook the IV bag up to her for half an hour a day. And she had a regime of medicines and stuff, so she needed to be with me, and they were both there with me. And pretty much every day I was, going, either they had somebody come in and look after me, check in on me, fill all my prescriptions. There was somebody there to cook. There was a chef. There was like a full staff, and everybody looked in after me. In addition to the whole time that I was there, they had assigned somebody to take me to all of my doctor's appointments, even when I went home. When I finally ended up going home, I had a driver supplied by them that came pretty much 5 days a week and spent the entire day with me, taking me to all of my appointments, because I was going to hyperbaric therapy, and I went to hyperbaric therapy 5 days a week for, I don't know, what seemed like 6 months. And that's where they lock you in a chamber, and you breathe in pure oxygen. And it was a big production because it's an hour and a half or so from my home, and you can't wear any lotions or makeup or anything, and you have to wear 100% cotton. And it's like an hour and a half in the chamber, and then another hour and a half or more with traffic home. So that was my life for a very long time, and that's why I got so attached to wearing Hello Kitty pajamas, because they're 100% cotton, and I had to wear 100% cotton into the chamber. Anyways, this is the longest vlog that I've ever done, and I cried on you guys, and I shared all this personal stuff. But what I was trying to say is that when I had that experience, of just, what a blessing from people that were strangers to me. I've done everything that I can since then. Well, I've always done for others, but since then I've stepped it up, and to pay it forward. And so that's why I put myself out there with these vlogs, even though I am very private. That's it. That's all I got, folks. Well, that's not all I got, but I'm sure that's all you guys got. You've heard enough of me, and I cried on you, and you know, it was just like totally not even diet related. It was just pay it forward, and you know, and I just shared it with you guys. So that's it. I'm pushing up.